Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, July 7th and I am currently reading The Devils, which is fantasy and horror and one of my anticipated releases. I started today at 40% into this book. I am now at like 68, I think. So, you know, progress is being made. I read 150 pages, like around that. So going great. I am getting more and more into the story. As I read it, I am getting more attached to the characters as I obviously get through the book. So I am having a good time. I will tell you about the plot like the next time I update, because I think by the next time I update, I will have finished it. So I will just talk about it when I have finished it. And yeah, that is the only book that I am currently reading. I do, however, want to start Blood of Dragons, which is the fourth and last book in the Rainwild Chronicles. That is a struggle for me to say every time. Which is fantasy and part of the realm of the Elderlings world. So I do want to start, and I mean, ideally finish that book this week. That would be great. And I also want, and I will start it very soon, Day Zero, which is the prequel of Sea of Rust, which I read a couple weeks ago and I really liked. And I really like that book, but I think I will like this one even more because like we got some flashbacks in that book talking about basically what I think this book is going to be, and that got me very interested to read this prequel. So yeah, very excited. I will start it hopefully still today. I think that will work out. And yeah, those are my reading plans. That's already a lot of reading plans. Oh, and that is sci-fi. That is already a lot of reading plans for me. I don't think I will be reading anything else. And yeah, I don't really have any plans for this week. Like I was going to, because like last week I was gonna have dinner and go out to some friends on Friday, but then one of my friends was sick, so like we postponed the week. But we also like can't this week, so I think it's gonna be next week. So I have absolutely zero plans, which honestly I love for me. I have been like socializing every weekend or like every week, and I love being by myself. Although I will probably go to my parents' house since I don't have any plans here, and since I'm gonna stay here next weekend, I will probably go home like this weekend. So I won't exactly be by myself, but I will not have like plans. So that sounds great. Although the plans sound great as well. So, you know, but yeah, I don't have anything going on this week other than just, you know, work. And this week I have like 2 of the days I have like a student following me around the lab in what I'm doing, which I don't love. I hate teaching things. I hate like explaining things. I hate teaching things. So that is, you know, I mean, the first day was today, and like, I mean, she's pretty chill. It's not like about her, but like anyone that I have taught anything. It's like, it's me. I'm the problem. I'm 100% the problem, because I don't like teaching. I don't like people. First of all, I don't like people watching me do things because I feel a lot of pressure. And if I have to teach what I'm doing, it's even more pressure. Especially like one of the times I was like teaching this other student, and it was like in front of my supervisor who like taught me. So that was so much pressure. I hated that. But, you know, she said like I am good at teaching, but like, first of all, I don't think I am, because I don't have patience. I have zero patience. So I don't think I'm good at teaching, and I also don't like teaching. So, you know, that's happening. But yeah, that has nothing to do with a reading vlog. So there's that. But I think that is everything that I had to tell you for now, and welcome to the vlog. it is Wednesday, technically 15 minutes into Thursday, but we're gonna pretend it's still Wednesday. And I actually have quite a few updates to give you because I finished a book. I am 77% into another book, and I started another book. So things are happening. I've been reading, and so I finished The Devils, which is a book that I was reading like since last week. I mean, since a long time, but I picked it back up last week. And this is horror fantasy, or maybe fantasy horror. It's mostly fantasy, and it's one of my anticipated releases. And we start following Brother Diaz, who is a monk, and he is assigned his new congregation in the beginning of the book. But his congregation is very unusual because basically they have like a bunch of supernatural creatures, I guess. They have a vampire, they have a werewolf, they have a magician, they have an elf, they have a like immortal soldier. I'm probably forgetting something. And they are like given a mission by the Pope. And basically like their mission is to deliver the long lost princess of Troy to Troy, because like someone took the throne, and now that someone is like dead, but there are like that person's children, and they want to take like that long lost princess called Alex back to the throne. And we also meet Alex in the beginning of the book, and so they go on their way. They go through a bunch of like dangerous situations. They have like to fight a bunch of people, a bunch of creatures, because also the person who like took the throne from Alex's mother, she made some like weird experiments with people and other things. So they also have those creatures to deal with. And yeah, that a lot happens, and I really liked it. And the characters were definitely like, I feel like they made the book because they were all very different. They all had like a very interesting dynamic with each other, and they all had like very big personalities. Obviously like the journey was interesting, but the characters were like what really made the book, I think. And I definitely got very like invested in like the characters and like really connected to them. And I was actually like really stressed when, you know, bad things are happening. And at the end, there were some like reveals, plot twists that I liked as well. And some sad things happened at the end for sure. Like one thing that I really did not see coming and like was really quite sad, and I felt that. So yeah, I really liked it. And also it was very dark, but at the same time like so funny, like love the humor. And yeah, had a really good time. I didn't love it as much as like the books that I've read from this author from like the First Law world, but still had a really good time. And I think I'm giving it 4 stars. And also the book is incredibly floppy and satisfying to hold. So great experience all around. And then I am 77% into Day Zero, which is the prequel of Sea of Rust, which I read a few weeks ago, and I enjoyed, but I was, you know, pretty sure that I would enjoy this one more. I think I said this in the intro, I'm not entirely sure, because like in Sea of Rust, we were like in the, like it was like a very dystopian situation, and all humans were like extinct, and it was just like we're following robots, and even the robots were like in a lot of danger, and there was like a lot that they were dealing with, but they kept like talking about the war between the humans and the robots, and like how the humans went extinct and like how it started. And those flashbacks, like they sounded so interesting. So this book, like Day Zero, that's what it's about, like the war between the humans and the robots, and like the first day, like how it started. And actually like after reading the other book that, you know, chronologically comes after this, there are some things about like how it really started, like why and who really made the war start, that I know that like these characters don't know. So that's also a fun slash really sad part of this. And so we are following a boy, I think he's 8, and he's called Ezra, I think, and like we're following his robot nanny, who is, I'm guessing this, which is like in the form of a tiger, and it's called Pounce. And you know, the war like has started, like the revolution of the robots, AIs, whatever, and they are like killing people. And like this specific kind of robot, like the nannies, their like main thing, their main focus, their main like program is to protect like their kids. And so like Pounce is, you know, really wanting to protect his kid, not just because like he's programmed to, because now they have like with the revolution starting, they were able to like not really follow what they were programmed to do. They like, there was a file that they could download and they could like override their programming sort of, but like he loves this kid, so he's like protecting this kid, and we're seeing their journey as they're, you know, trying to survive. And I'm really liking it. And it's also like obviously very sad, but also very like heartwarming and cute. Like the relationship between Ezra and Pounce, they're so cute. So yeah, I'm really liking it. I'm having a great time, although like I said, it is quite sad. But yeah, that's that one. I think I am liking it more than Sea of Rust. I gave Sea of Rust 3.5, and this one is, if it goes the way it's going, it's at least gonna be 4 stars. So, you know, that's great. And then today I started Blood of Dragons, which is the 4th and final book in the Rainwild Chronicles. I got to page 126 and I'm kind of bored. Like nothing is happening. Nothing's happening. Like I usually, when I'm filming like a video like specific like for a book, like for example for Day Zero, I just talk about it in like the weekly vlog. So I have like no notes for it. I just talk about what I remember, and obviously like during the weekly vlog, what I talk about the other books is also like no notes. But if I'm filming a video specifically for a book, I will write down notes because I want to like not forget any of the things that I wanted to say or like that happened. And so like I was writing down the notes of like what happened in this 126 pages, and like nothing really happened. You know, like relevant things, nothing really happened. So there's that, you know, that's happening. We are continuing to follow the, you know, dragons and their human companions, and like, yeah, that's it. They're just, you know, trying to live life. And that's like, first of all, I can't really talk much about it anyway, because spoilers, this is the 4th book in the series, and also the 12th, 13th, I'm not entirely sure, in like this big like series world, whatever. So kind of really hard to talk about without spoiling. But like, even if I could freely talk about it, I wouldn't have that much to say, because nothing really is happening. And also like one of the characters that was my favorite in like the first 2 books, she like annoyed me in literally the first chapter. So that's happening as well. So like, you know, there's like one part of the plot that like came up in book 3, and like I wanted a lot more from it in book 3, and we barely got any of it. And we did get like a part of a chapter, I think, here. So I'm interested in that part, but the rest I'm just like, can we move on? Can we get to the point? So yeah, that's sad, because like I really liked books 1 and 2, even if it was slow, extremely slow. Like things were going very slowly, but they were going. And also I was really liking the characters, and now they're mostly pissing me off. Also, there's another character that like, he was never like one of my favorites, but like he was okay, he was fine. He's like one of my favorites, like best friend slash sort of maybe crush. But now like, oh my god, I want to strangle him. So that's also happening. So yeah, one book that went great, another book that's going great, and one that isn't going. It's going. And yeah, that is what I've read, which honestly I'm very happy with. I did not think I was going to be able to read this much in like the first 3 days of the week. So I'm very happy with my progress. And yeah, that is all that I have to tell you, I think. And so tomorrow I will be like with the student that I mentioned, I think I mentioned in the intro, like the whole day basically, because like on Monday was just a morning. Tomorrow is gonna be like more the whole day, because what I'm doing is gonna take the whole day. Like the lab things that I'm doing are gonna take the whole day. I mean, we do have like our lab meeting for probably an hour, but other than that, I'm gonna do like lab stuff. So that's happening tomorrow. And I mean, I was like with her a bit today, because like she was watching someone else, but I was there by their side doing like my own thing. So I was just also like explaining what I was doing, but it was like 15 minutes. So, you know, and yeah, that's it. I am gonna hopefully finish this tomorrow. I think I will finish it tomorrow, because I read like around 25% on Monday, around 25% on Tuesday, around 25% today. And guess how much I have left? 23%. So I should finish it tomorrow. That's, you know, math is mathing. And then this, I will just, you know, continue reading this. I don't know if I will finish it this week. I doubt it, honestly, because I will probably start reading something else as well. I think I'm gonna read, what's the book called? Dungeon Crawler Carl, I think that's what it's called. Because I've been seeing a lot of people read that book and like love that book, and I am having FOMO. And I feel like I also will love that book, because it is sci-fi-ish and supposedly very funny. So that sounds like I will enjoy it. It has like trials, I think. So sounds like a blast, and I already got the ebook. So I think after I finish Day Zero, I am gonna start that book, because again, sounds like a really fun time. So I need a really fun time if this book keeps going the way that it's going. I hope it like gets better. I hope it gets, you know, crazier. I hope things happen, because like it's the last book in the series. Things have to happen. Like things have to happen. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna read Day Zero. I'm gonna read more of this. I'm gonna, I think, start Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't know why that is such a like hard title for me to say, but apparently it is. I had never tried to say it out loud, but clearly it's a struggle for me. And yeah, I will probably talk to you on Friday, maybe after I get back to my parents' house. I don't know, either Friday or Saturday, because on Saturday I am going to be filming my mid-year book freakout tag, which I also do need to like write down notes for my answers, because I have not done that yet. And yeah, I will probably film that on Saturday. So I will either talk to you on Friday or Saturday, I guess, depending on like how much I have to update. I mean, if things keep going the way they're going, I'm reading quite a lot. So maybe I will have a bunch of things to tell you on Friday. Who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Hello, so it is Saturday and I have just filmed my mid-year book freakout tag. I've also filmed an update for Blood of Dragons, and I still have to film like another thing for another video, but you know, I'm filming a lot, I'm talking a lot. I'm gonna try to not make this very long, but I've made progress in the books. I've finished a book, I've continued the book, and I've started a book. So things are still going great in terms of reading. So I finished Day Zero and I really liked it. The ending like was very just like the rest of the book, but even more. Like, it was very heartwarming, but very, very, very sad at the same time. And like Pounce and Ezra, they meet some more people, and they continue like on their way to try to find like a safe place. And like, we know how things end like in the long run, but I obviously didn't know how things were going to end for them specifically. And yeah, we see them on their journey and like all the dangers that they have to go through. And like, yeah, the ending was so sad, but at the same time, like, it was, again, very heartwarming. It was very cute. It was nice, but at the same time, it was so sad. So yeah, I felt all of the possible emotions with that book. And yeah, it was fun. I mean, not fun. Fun is definitely not the word, but it was good. It was very good. And I think I'm giving it 4 stars. I'm not entirely sure if 4 or 4.5 maybe. Something. Either 4 or 4.5, but I did like it. I did like it more than the other one, which I expected. And then I made some progress in Blood of Dragons. I got to page 347, which is almost 2/3. And I'm liking it more than I was in the beginning because, you know, things are happening. Crazy things are happening. In the beginning, I was very like bored, honestly. Like, nothing was happening in the first third of the book, or like almost nothing. Filming my update for the video of this book, I was just like trying to say like all the little things that happened, because major things, almost nothing. And in this second third that I read yesterday, it's not like it's moving very fast, but things have happened. Like, important things have happened. The story is moving forward, and I'm not loving it, but I'm definitely liking it more than I was in the first third. So, you know, things are looking up, and I'm assuming the last third of the last book in the series is gonna be exciting. So, you know, things have to happen in this last third of the book. So I'm excited. I would love to finish it like this weekend. So like read almost 100 pages today and almost 100 pages tomorrow, and that would finish the book. I think I can, although today is actually, like, I don't know if I'll have any time to read today, because it's 4:37 right now. I was out of the house until like now that I came to film. My parents are still out. They went grocery shopping, and then we will leave again like around dinner time. And like from now until dinner time, I also have like other things that I need to do. So I don't know I'll be able to read like that much or anything really. So maybe I won't finish it this weekend. Like, I would love to. Like, that is the, you know, ideal goal, is to finish this book tomorrow night, but we will see. But yeah, like, I'm excited to see where it goes, because hopefully it's gonna get exciting, it's gonna get very interesting, and things are gonna wrap up, and I'm excited to see how they wrap up, because there are a lot of open things going on right now, and I'm excited to see how they all end up. And then yesterday I actually managed to read on the train. I haven't read on the train on the way here in ages, like months, because mostly I fall asleep. Sometimes it's just like listening to music and existing, but mostly I fall asleep. But yesterday I actually managed to read, not that much. I read 8% of a book, but I read something. And so I started Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I read like the first maybe 3 chapters, but they were super fun. So I'm very excited to keep reading that as well. And that is the first book in a series. I think the series is called Dungeon Crawler Carl. And it's kind of like fantasy sci-fi. And basically like everyone who had like a roof or anything, could be like a car. He said it could be like a tent, anything like over their heads, died. Because everything like collapsed, like down to a pancake. Everything collapsed, and everyone who was under a roof died. And Carl was actually not under a roof, because he is sort of babysitting his ex-girlfriend's cat before she could like go get the cat, because there was like a snowstorm or something. And then he opened the window, and the cat jumped out the window, and he went outside to get the cat, which is when everything collapsed. So, you know, he was lucky to be outside. And then he got like a message from some alien species that there are gonna be like some trials happening, and the dungeons in there, like several levels of the dungeon that they have to go like down, I think. And he had like an hour to enter the first level of the dungeon, and now he has like 5 days to complete that level and to keep going down and down and down. And he goes and he takes the cat with him, and we've also already seen like a couple other like alien species like there in the dungeon. And yeah, very fun, very weird, but I'm having a good time. And also the cat has like a huge name. Like the short version of her name is Princess Donuts, or Donut Princess, and he calls the cat just Donuts. And there are a lot of like pop culture references, because like he was talking to one of the aliens there, and he said that like they have like adapted the messages and like the dungeons, they adapted to each planet that they go to. So yeah, I'm having fun. I've barely read anything, but what I read was a blast. So I also want to hopefully keep reading more of that book this weekend. We will see if I have, you know, the time, but yeah, I think it's going to be very fun. And yeah, that is all that I have read since I last talked to you. And yeah, so I was out, like I said, we had lunch at the beach, and then we like walked around. Tonight for dinner, we're also going to go out again. And then tomorrow, I know that we'll be out of the house for a while as well. We'll go to my grandma's house, and then I do have to get back like to the city where I work, at like my place. So I know that I won't have like that much free time to just read. And I also have to edit my mid-year book freakout tag as well, either tonight or tomorrow before like 3 p.m. So yeah, I don't have that much time to just sit and read this weekend. I never do. Like when I come here to be with my parents, I never like have just time to sit and read. But yeah, I'm having fun, and that's it. That is everything I think that I had to tell you. So I will hopefully read. I will hopefully as well eat some delicious food. Because like tonight we're going to sort of a like food festival. I don't know how you would say it in English, so I'm just gonna say food festival. It has like a lot of little places to eat in like a big area. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the food. Actually, I'm hungry right now. I think I need to go eat something after I finish filming all of this. And yeah, hopefully I will read. Hopefully I will eat a bunch of delicious food, and I will talk to you on Monday to wrap up this vlog. Okay, so it is Monday. I'm here to wrap up this vlog, and I didn't make any progress in Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I'm only 3 or whatever it was chapters in. But last night I did finish Blood of Dragons, and on Saturday I only read like 50 pages because after I talked to you, I had like a bunch of things to do, and then like at the end of the afternoon I went on a run, and then obviously got home, showered, and we left again like to go out for dinner, and then we got home like after 11, and then I edited my video, my mid-year book freakout tag, and then after that, and it was like 1 a.m. maybe, I read like 50 pages of this book, and then yesterday I read the remaining like 130 or 140, and I finished it, and I liked it. I didn't love it. Like when we were getting towards the end, I was actually getting like way more excited because, you know, things are obviously happening, but then they got to a point where they were happening like too fast. Like for a series that was so slow paced as this was, like the ending was so rushed, and like rushed in a way that we didn't even get to see like what would be the most exciting thing. You know, we know that it happened, but we didn't see it happen. So I didn't like that. And there were also like a lot of things that were left like kind of open, or like you kind of know what happened, like sort of like vaguely, but not like no details, and like you didn't see it happen. So like I was very disappointed for sure. I still like enjoyed it like mostly, but the ending I expected it to be like way more exciting and like way better than it was. So yeah, I was definitely like very, very disappointed because like I was really getting excited when we were like, I don't know, maybe like in this part of the book. I was getting really excited because like, oh my god, things are happening, like this is happening, like a huge like scene with like a bunch of characters, with like all of the dragons, like, you know, big things are happening, and then we didn't even see it happen. So yeah, that was definitely disappointing. But yeah, I finished it, and with that I finished this series, and I only have one trilogy left in the Realm of the Elderlings world, which is crazy. So yeah, I finished that, and like I said, I made no progress in Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm only read the 8% that I read on like Friday, I think, and that was it. And that was everything. And then yesterday, apart from reading, I obviously came back to my place. I also went to my grandma's house, and I don't really know what I did. I know that I also like didn't really have time to do anything like during the day. I think I read like 20 pages maybe during the day, and then I read like the 100 and whatever remaining like at night after I got here, which was at like 11 almost. So yeah, that was it. That was everything I think that I have to tell you. And so to wrap up what I read this week, I finished The Devils, I read Day Zero, I read Blood of Dragons, and I started Dungeon Crawler Carl, and that was 1,195 pages, which is actually like way more than I was expecting, and I am extremely happy with that amount of pages. And also like pleasantly surprised, because I really did not expect to be reading that much. Even like after knowing like all that I have read, like in terms of books, I still didn't think it was gonna be like that many pages. So I'm very happy, very pleasantly surprised. And yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!